Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears continue to move through the season and want to find a way to secure win number 3 on the year. It's the Vikings going up against the Bears.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. First carry now for the rookie, Dalvin Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. They run again on first down. Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They go play action. Bridgewater. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
And Anthony Barr just has it all as far as I'm concerned in terms of physique, athletic ability, and now he's versatile as well. When he came out of UCLA, he played outside linebacker, but also down defensive end. The Vikings can utilize those same sort of skills.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Now McCarron throwing on second. Trying to lay one up deep. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. They'll run with the rookie, Elijah McGuire. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Here's Carpenter now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Able to spin free. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
They want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The tight end changing his position. They'll run with Marshall. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there.
Here we go.
McCarron now on first down. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a second down. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And here's Marshall. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Keith Marshall, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. No gain on the play there. Second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Second down, Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Fresh set of downs here. Cook following the penalty. And an alley to run. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
On second down, Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. From the gun, Bridgewater. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Ryan Quigley, 5th-year man from Boston College, in to punt it away as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded, and deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. So give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They come out here in the eye. Here's Bridgewater. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Third and goal for Bridgewater. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now Marshall. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Second down, here's McCarron. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Zach Miller as tight end there, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now here's McCarron on 3rd. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So on 4th down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. And now out comes Minnesota. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They start the drive with Cook. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. If they want to try that again, go play action and hit them over the top.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory.
All right, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
This is Marshall, and he's got some space here. Good footwork at the 30, and he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Touchdown, Chicago! Keith Marshall with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Vikings now heading onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They run, Cook, and he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, maybe said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Throwing is Bridgewater. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears will get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A.J. McCarron looking to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Going up top. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Ten yards still left on second down. shotgun snap for McCarron. He's got the rookie, Amara Darbo, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Hurry up, here we go. Over. Leopard.
McCarron on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we come upon half. And before we could even hear from Larry, we're back and ready to go in Week 5. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. So the offense has it first and 10.
Leopard. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Gun. Here we go now. Green, 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
In motion, Hill. McCarron to throw on second down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
We got trips over here. That's overload. Here we go now.
Throwing on first. Here's McCarron. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now.
McCarron now to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. Finding room to the 20. And he is in. Touchdown. touchdown, Chicago. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown on the season, and the Bears will add on to their lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Here's Carpenter now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
4 yards remaining now on second down. Play fake. Bridgewater. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. All right, now, look at 50. Hurry up.
McCarron. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
All right, here we go.
On 3rd down. That's Marshall. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down. And Carpenter knocks it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And now out comes Minnesota. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And now here is another interception. Adrian Amos for the pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Here we go now. Please. Over.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium. And
he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Keith Marshall, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. Carpenter now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here's Carpenter now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. To throw, Bridgewater. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The rookie from Michigan State, Malik McDowell. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Third and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater. And my goodness, another interception. picked off by the rookie from Lamar, Brendan Langley. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Vikings. And fresh off the pick-6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Again, it's Cook. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And look out. I think he's going to go. Past the 20. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 63 yards on the ground. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Let's go. Wait, 90. Tagger.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
All right, now look at 56. Over. Leopard. Back there in Philly. Here we go.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So it'll be first down here after the run.
All right, now look at 56.
They run. This is Cohen. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now a handoff looking right. Room here to run. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 62 yards. And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And they'll indeed take a knee. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They run with Murray. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, Yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bears, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.